Hi dear students, how are you? This is video number 12 and this class is going to be on Wednesday, 1st of April 2020 and it's going to be about conditionals. But before we start explaining about conditionals, I would like to remind you of the conditionals we have taken at the beginning of the year in Unit 1. In Unit 1, we had all the conditions, all the types of a clause. We took type 0, type 1, type 2, and type 3. Today, I'm going to explain about type 0 and type 1, and I think it's going to be easy for you because you have taken this and it was explained to you before. Now, conditionals, type 0. In type 0, we, of course, if sentences have two clauses, two parts, in type 0, the first part takes if plus simple present, and in the second part, it takes simple present. And we usually use type 0 either for inevitable sequence, it means إجراءات أو نتائج محتمة الحدوث، أو we use it with truths and scientific facts مع الحقائق العلمية، or we use it with instructions. These are the three cases in which we use type 0 and we use simple presence in both clauses. Let's start. If you press the button, the machine starts. يعني إذا كبست أو ضغطت على الزر الآلة تعمل أو تشتغل. This is inevitable. يعني شيء أمر محتوم منه رح يحصل. Number 2. If we mix hydrogen and oxygen, we get water. As you can see, here we have oxygen, hydrogen, so this is truth, this is a scientific fact. Number 3, if Ali comes late to school, send him to the principal. So send him here is an order. As you can see, we have no subject here. Send him, this is an order or instruction. If the teacher starts explaining, listen to her. Again, this is instruction or this is an order. So we use 0, type 0, with either inevitable sequence, أمر محتم الحصول, or truths, scientific facts, حقائق علمية, or instructions. And we use simple present with the first part or clause, and we use also simple present in the second part. Now, type 1, I will again remind you of type 1 that we had previously taken in Unit 1. Now, type 1 consists of two clauses, of course. The first one with simple present, it's the same like 0, but the second part is with will plus infinitive. You can use any of the conditionals, models, will, can, shall, whatever. So we use simple present in the first part with if, and we use will plus infinitive in the second part. And usually we use type 1 to describe a future outcome or result, something that will happen in the future, or a result will happen in the future of a certain future action or event because of a certain event or because of a certain action. إذا النتيجة رح تحصل متى رح تحصل في المستقبل كنتيجة لشيء معين. Let us see. If she wakes up early, okay, this is the future action. She will catch the bus. This is the result. This is the result. She will catch the bus. هاي النتيجة. هاي إمتى she will catch the bus? If she wakes up early. Okay, so we have used here simple present and we said wakes because we have she. The second part we have will and infinitive catch. Okay, number 2. They will fail if they don't study hard. They will fail if they don't study hard. And as you can see here, we put if in the middle because the two sentences are convertible. Yani you can say they will fail if they don't study hard, or you can say if they don't study hard, they will fail. But if you put if in the middle, then don't use or put the comma. Here, as you can see, we started with if and we put comma in the middle between the two clauses. But here, because we used if in the middle, we don't use commas. Number 3, if we stay at home, we won't catch the virus. So we have here simple present. The second part we have will or won't, the opposite, catch the virus. So this is a quick revision of type 0 and type 1 as I explained it in the first semester in Unit 1. Now this is our worksheet for Unit 10. Type 0 conditionals, general truths. So the if clause, the if part, it has if plus simple present. Now the main clause or the independent clause, we have a present simple. Zero and first conditionals with first future time phrases. We use the zero conditional if plus simple present with the other part أو الشق الثاني present simple also to describe something that always happens, the inevitable sequence يعني أمر محتم الحصول after a certain action or event. طيب, we have an example here. If plants don't get enough sunlight, they die. This is a truth, this is a fact. Okay, if plants don't get, this is negative, the simple present in the negative. The sunlight, they die. Water turns to ice if the temperature falls below zero. Water turns, this is simple present, it has S because we have water. If the temperature falls below zero. This is type 0. Now let's move to type 1. Type 1 conditionals, real, present. Now type 1 also we have two clauses, if clause and the main clause, or the dependent clause and the independent clause. And in if clause we have if plus simple present, and in the main clause we have future simple, will plus infinitive. We use first conditional if plus simple present in the first part and will plus infinitive in the second part or second clause to describe a future outcome حتى أصف أنا نتيجة مستقبلية of a certain future action or event كنتيجة لعمل معين كنتيجة لحدث معين. Example, if you get an interview for a job in pharmaceuticals, إذا حصلت على وظيفة في مكان للمنتجات الصيدلانية, you will need to show real enthusiasm for the industry. You will need. So we have here if you get, and because we have you, we don't add S. You doesn't take S. So if you get an interview for a job in pharmaceuticals, you will need to show real enthusiasm for the industry. And we have here in the second part, we have will. طيب. Now we have some other words. في عندي كلمات تاني كمان. They are the same like if. نفس if. They take simple present after them أو they are followed by simple present. والشق الثاني أو the other part or the other clause بيكون في عندي في will plus infinitive. لكن they are different in meaning. إلهم اختلاف في المعنى. هلا فيها we have some words which are similar and we have some other words which are different in meaning. Let us see. We can use provided that, as long as, unless, or even if, but they don't all mean the same thing. يعني نقدر نستخدم كل هدول زي if. زي if طبعا clause اللي هو first conditional type 1. يعني إذا شفت provided that بشطبها كأنها if. إذا شفت as long as كأنها if. إذا شفت unless كأنها unless معناها if but if not. And even if معناها if. لكن المعنى بيختلف. طيب provided that ومع ذلك as long as طالما unless ما لم أو if not even if حتى ولو. كل هدول الكلمات يا صبايا ويا شباب بياخدوا if clause 1. We use if clause 1. These words are followed by simple present. And the other section or the other part or the other clause takes will plus infinitive. Let us see. I will buy the book if provided that as long as it isn't too expensive. إذن if provided that as long as these three they have the same meaning, right? They are followed also by simple present. إذن I will buy the book if it isn't or provided that it isn't أو as long as it isn't expensive. يعني I won't buy it if it is too expensive. يعني if it's not expensive إذا هي مش غالية إذا هي مش كتير غالية not expensive رح أشتريها. أوكي يعني أنا ما رح أشتريها إذا كانت غالية. That's it. طيب I will buy it unless it's expensive. I will buy it unless it's expensive. يعني رح أشتريها ما لم تكن باهظة الثمن. يعني I will buy it if it is not too expensive. يعني رح أشتريها إذا ما كانت غالية. يعني إذا كانت غالية ما رح أشتريها. إذن I will buy it unless it's expensive. حبايبي unless زي if بيجي وراها it is بيجي وراها simple present والشق الثاني will مثل if. اوكي بدنا ندير بالنا انه it unless is not followed by not. unless لا تتبع بنot لانه unless معناها if not. So you cannot use two negatives in the same sentence or in the same clause, sorry. So here in this clause we can use will not, we can use will, but with unless we cannot use negative. ما نقدر نستخدم كلمة not أو negative مع unless. Okay. So unless معناها if not ما لم. I'll buy it even if it's expensive. يعني رح أشتريها حتى ولو كانت غالية. Okay. يعني I will buy it anyway. The price isn't important. So even if حتى ولو unless ما لم و if provided that as long as طالما provided that حتى مع أنه و if إذا. So these three they have similar meaning if provided that and as long as. وفي عندي كمان كلمة when كمان can be used like if. Okay. Unless it means if not ما لم و unless cannot be followed by not. Okay. Cannot be followed by negative. طيب even if معناها حتى ولو and it is used like if clause. It has will in the first with after if it is followed by simple present وبال second part it takes will plus infinitive. طيب now you have this worksheet. This is on page 12. Look at the sheet very well. Okay. Try to concentrate on these sentences. They say correct the verb between brackets. Look at this paper, please. Now look at it thoroughly and try to do the exercise yourselves. Look at this one. It's page 12. And here also we have on page 15 also we have another exercise. Underline the correct word or expression. Look at these sentences 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, page 15. Please look at them and try to do them. Try to underline the correct word or expression. Just exercise A and B. Now I'll give you the answers for these two exercises. Correct the verb between brackets. It means he gets water if he mixes oxygen and hydrogen. This is scientific fact, so I have to use here simple present in both clauses because this is zero, type 0. It takes simple present in both clauses. Unless she, I have here unless. Unless, as we said, it's like if clause 1, usually followed by simple present. So I say, unless she helps me, I won't finish on time. اوكي يعني اذا هي ما ساعدتني ما راح اخلص على الوقت. لاحظوا مره ثانيه unless ما بيجي معها not. ندير بالنا النت بتيجي بالشق الثاني بس الشق اللي فيه unless always affirmative. Number 3, if it rains the roads get slippery and dangerous. يعني اذا امطرت تصبح الطرق فيها خطره لانه فيها تزحلق. اذا this is a fact. Okay. If it rains, simple present here and simple present here, get. The roads get. She will water the plants provided that she has time this afternoon. طيب قلنا provided that زي كلمة if. اشطبي إذا أنت عشان أو أنت مش عارف المعنى مزبوط مش ظابط معك أو مش ظابط معك اشطبي provided that حطي if خلاص provided that معناها if. She will water the plants if she has time this afternoon. Okay. Now here provided that should be followed by simple present has. Isn't the other part should be will because here provided that it comes with if clause 1. The washing machine starts if you press the green button. This is like an instruction, like in a verbal sequence. شيء محتم حصوله يعني the washing machine starts راح تبلش. As you can see here we have simple present and the other part also has simple اللي هو if clause has simple present. قلنا هون starts لأنه machine singular وقلنا هون press لأنه you doesn't take s. As long as you promise to be back by 11, I will let you go to the party. As we said, as long as مثل if فقيم فخلينا نقيم as long as زين بتصير كأني عم بحط if you promise. This is simple present. I will let you go to the party. إذا as long as على طول بعرف إنها هاي if clause 1. If Steve calls, tell him I'll be back in 10 minutes. Tell him. لاحظوا الشق الثاني is like an order, it's like an instruction. معناته هاي zero. إذا simple present in both clauses. وعندي هون Steve بدل he. إذا معناته لازم تيجي هون تاخد has وبتصير if Steve calls. Tell him I'll be back in 10 minutes. He will buy that car even if. Again عندي even if. فقلنا even if و as long as و provided that و unless كلهم they should be followed by simple present. البي هون it بتاخد is expensive. People die if they don't eat. This is a fact. People die if they don't eat. Present. This is fact. If babies are hungry, they cry. This is another fact. If babies are simple present hungry, they cry. If it rains, we will not go to the park. Okay, now this is if clause 1. Ali will buy some new shoes if he has enough money. This is if clause 1. Now this is page 12. Now let's move to page 15. On page 15 we have exercise B. Underline the correct word or expression. I won't lend you the money unless ولا as long as you pay it back. Unless ما لم تدفعه ولا as long as تدفعه. لا طبعا ما لم تدفعه I won't lend you. Right? So unless is the answer. Unless ولا provided that it stops raining we'll go on a picnic. إذا احترنا إحنا بالمعنى خلينا هون نعتبر إنه provided that هذه if. فأي أضبط أقول unless it stops raining we will go on a picnic ولا if it stops raining we will go on a picnic. طبعا provided that. I couldn't go to the wedding party even if I wanted ولا as long as I wanted. طالما أردت ولا حتى لو أردت فإنني لم أكن أستطع. طبعا أكيد even if. His mother will give him the car as long as he promises to drive carefully ولا unless he promises to drive carefully. لا أمه ما رح تعطيه السيارة. طبعا أمه رح تعطيه السيارة طالما وعدها إنه يقود ب carefully يعني باهتمام. أوكي. إذا unless ما بتنفع فالمعنى لازم يكون as long as طالما إنه وعد إنه يقود بحذر. This is all for type 0 and type 1. Inshallah in the next video I will do all the exercises related to this type, to these two types 0 and 1 in the workbook and student's book. Thank you very much.